I remember an incident of long ago. A high court lawyer named Datta, whose son was on his deathbed, requested me, "You are a devotee, please keep my son alive." Common idea that sadhus, they have power and they can, just by their desire, they can alter the course, the natural course of events. So many sadhus, they may have had power. In the modern age, I don't think, not much. Previously, maybe. Nowadays, the followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they change the course of people's lives by making them give up the hope for material enjoyment and making them, or inducing them to give up the hope for material enjoyment and inducing them to chant the holy names and surrender to Krishna and get free from all material miseries forever. But foolish people, they can't see this. They think that I need a sadhu to bless me so that I'll get material enjoyment. The obstacles to my material enjoyment will be removed. If the sadhu wants to remove them all, they don't want it, because by removing the obstacles to material enjoyment, you remove the objects of material enjoyment, or the whole sense of material enjoyment also, and that they don't want. I told him, "I am not a life restorer. I will try to change the way you think." This Datta, an atheist, persisted, "If your God exists, you should have him cure my son." He wants to dictate to God. I directly said to him, "I will not make a campaign against the desire of the Lord. I cannot nourish the ideology of the Shaktas. Shri Gaurasundar is extremely merciful." Saying, "Be merciful, be merciful, save my son." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is extremely merciful, as demonstrated by his providing millions of dangers and setbacks in this world. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Daya Karaha Vicha Karele Chitte Pabe Chamatkar. If you are indeed interested in logic and argument, kindly apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you do so, you will find it to be strikingly wonderful. It is not the prime duty of the jiva to live in forgetfulness of the Lord. This world is not our eternal residence. To remind us of this at every moment, the Lord interjects problems amid our pursuit of material pleasure. Sri Kulashekha has declared, "Nastha dharme navasunichaye naiva kamo pabhoge yad bhavyang tad bhavatu bhagavan purvakamanurupam etat prarthyam mama bahumatang janma janmantarepi tvatpadam bhoruha yoga gata nischala bhaktirastu." I do not desire to perform religious rituals or to have an earthly kingdom. I do not care for sense enjoyments. Let them appear and disappear in accordance with my previous deeds. My only desire is to be fixed in bhakti to the lotus feet of the Lord, even though I may continue to take birth here, life after life. Sri Gaurasundar also recited a similar verse. Na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhaktirahaitu tvai. O Lord of the universe, I do not want wealth, followers, beautiful women or learning. May I simply perform unmotivated devotional service to you, birth after birth. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur continues, I will not fall into hypocrisy. Birth after birth I have done so, but I shall not continue. I will not involve you in the results of my previous actions, for I have heard the instructions of the Bhagavatam from the lotus feet of my Guru. I will not involve you in the results of my previous actions, suggesting that if Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati were to do something like materially benefiting him, then you would become involved in some other karmic reaction. Yeah, I have heard the instructions of Bhagavatam from the lotus feet of my Guru. Dharma projita kaita gotra paramo nirmat saranang satam Vedyam vastavam atravastu shivadam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni krite kim va parayarishvara Sadyo hridyavaruddhyate chakriti susrushibhistat kshanat. Completely rejecting all religious activities that are materially motivated, this Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, understandable by devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Srila Vyasadeva, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of the Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. So, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati continues, my Gurudev never accepted service from others. Unto anyone coming to serve him, he wished for the destruction of 14 generations of that person's family. Saying, you want to make me your servant in the next life. You will force me to become your servant to repay the debt. But I will not become the servant of anyone except Krishna's devotees. Birth after birth, I do not want to be the servant of anyone except Sri Radha Thakurani, the best servant of Krishna. So when people came to Gaur Kishore to do any service, he would frighten them by saying that if you try to serve me, I'll curse you, that 14 generations of your family will be destroyed. People couldn't work it out. This guy kind of do a pious activity of serving a sadhu, and sadhus, they bless you, and he's saying that if I serve him, he'll destroy 14 generations of my family. He would accept, Gaur Kishore would accept service from Saraswati Thakur. But for materialistic people, he would think that it becomes a materialistic exchange, and then I will have, in other words, he's making the point that if a so-called sadhu who is actually enjoying on a material platform the service he receives from others, if he accepts that service, then because it's not actually on the spiritual platform, then that so-called sadhu will have to come back again to the world to serve those who served him in this life. Saraswati Thakur continues. He, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, used to tell me, endeavor only for spiritual things, nothing else should be done. He was neither a learned scholar nor even literate. With tears streaming from his eyes, he would shout, I chant the names of Gaura and Nityananda. I pray that I will not be a black spot to the holy name, that I will have no desires for the nonsense of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Many times he requested, tell me what is written in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't know Sanskrit. I don't know reading and writing at all. I would reply, what should I say? I'm seeing it graphically in your character. What else is there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam? Very instructive, huh?